Hey, so I want to do this live journal type thing because I have a hard time, I guess, owning up to the words I really want to say if I just write them out. So this is, granted, more challenging for me to do, but that's the whole point because I started my teacher training for yoga this weekend, and I felt as though, well, I shouldn't say that I haven't, but I guess I thought that I was a lot further along with some personal work I was doing to get through traumas and just integrate myself into society. So I have like some social anxiety, and I still do apparently. I was really looking forward to starting training, and it was very uncomfortable. I really don't know if I can do it. I'm very overwhelmed, but I want to do it, so I'm going to stick with it. But, starting the training was just a wake-up call to how much work I still have to do in connecting with people and not being afraid of authenticity. I'm still very attached to certain beliefs and ideas, and that attachment is preventing me from detaching and connecting. Attachment is not connection. You need to attach to connect, but it can't be like a permanent thing. It has to be an ebb and flow. But yeah, anyway, there's things that I can write because I do believe them, but in order to internalize them, I have to speak them and live by them. So I wanted to walk in there like, yeah, I'm so healthy, I'm so enlightened, oh my goodness, like, I'm just gonna sit here and show everybody how much I know. Ego. Real funny. And that's not how it went at all. I got really nervous the day that I was going to go into teacher training, because as you see, I got my little buddy here, and he is 2 months old, and I felt like I didn't really have time to rest or be prepared, and I was just stressed basically because it's a new experience, and I think new experiences are stressful for us all, but talking about me here, not supposed to be playing therapist. Okay, so new experiences are stressful for me. I get stressed when I'm starting something new. And this is very new. And I also get even more stressed when it is something that I really want to do, because that means I really care about it. And I'm so nervous, like, oh my gosh, if I make one little mistake, that means I'm not going to be able to do it. Which, these are just beliefs I hold that don't serve me. On that note, one of the ways that I deal, or cope is a better word, that I attempt to cope with stress is, let's see, I go into my temper, I sit on Facebook, and I binge eat, and I did all of those, but the day of, I just stress ate because I was seeking an escape from the stress I was putting on myself rather than, looking at it. This little tea thing that I'm drinking, it says there's pleasure in the pathless woods. But, I was holding on to this idea of how I thought school needed to be and how I thought I should be for school. What am I going to wear? Oh my gosh, how am I going to look? How's everybody going to see me? Me. Not like the actual learning I'm going there to do itself. And I self-sabotaged, because I don't believe I can do things, because I feel that if I'm going to do something, I have to do it perfect, error-free. And, as I say this stuff out loud, I realize how subjective it all is. It's not objective at all, because what is an error, really? This little boy that I'm holding, he wasn't planned. But I can never call him a mistake. Never. So what is an error? What is a mistake? But I still hold these things true in my head. So I ate all day. Totally deviated from the healthy setups I've been creating for myself through the day, because that's what I have trained myself to do over the years. Ooh, an opportunity, Julia, let us destroy your chances of succeeding. Ooh, you're going to yoga teacher training tonight. You need your energy. You need rest. Let's just eat chocolate all day and all the foods that could upset your stomach in excess and sugar-free syrup. Yeah, great idea. I was almost that person that farts in yoga class on my first night there. Not a great way to start out. Thankfully, it didn't come out, but still, I was very uncomfortable, very squirmy. And aside from the physical aspect, I felt emotionally uncomfortable because I just abused myself. And that goes against one of the yamas that we learned about, ahimsa, which means kindness towards self and others and the earth around us, non-abuse. I abuse myself when I eat that way. I abuse myself when I smoke a cigarette, and I'm still doing that. So, yeah, I went to this class. We had to do this introduction of how we identify our egoic selves. And I don't know, I feel like I did a terrible job of that, because I basically just said, I attach to my tragedies so much. I don't know why. Because it's really not... Part of me wants to make others comfortable to accept what they've been through, but I think I almost do it as a way of not accepting what I've been through and making sure that it's okay if somebody else sees it as okay. Just passing the work off onto others, projecting. But we had to get together with a partner and say how we identified ourselves, and I identified myself as alchemic mother. What? That's cool and all, but we talked about all the stuff that's happened to me, psych wards, and my parent having Alzheimer's, addictions and stuff, and we went around the room and everybody else was talking about, oh yeah, this person likes to cook and garden and make art. I'm like, shit, I do that stuff, and that's a lot more fun to connect over rather than, oh my gosh, wow, you did a bunch of meth and blah blah blah. So I felt really dumb, because that was the first introduction people had of me was, oh wow, this chick's dealt with a lot. And it's okay, who has it? And what makes me fun? What makes me unique? What makes people want to be around me? It's not because I've had all this stuff happen to me. It's because I do like to cook. It's because I am funny. Because I do enjoy dancing. I do enjoy singing. I do enjoy being outdoors in nature. I do like taking pictures. And I just totally forgot all of that stuff because I was so attached to these stories in my head. So anyway, yeah. I went on Saturday, woke up at 6, was really surprised. I'm exhausted after saying all this, and I really wanted to make this a poignant video. But I woke up at 6, pumped my milk, went into class, was really nervous about asking for a place to pump at lunch, but knew I had to do it for this little guy, so I did. And I shared it with the group because we broke up into smaller groups a few times throughout the weekend. And once I told them what I needed to do, and I saw that they thought it was okay, then I felt it was okay, and I did find a room. They had a whole room I could sit in and pump milk. And then my partner came up with Donovan to visit me, and I honestly thought oh, it's gonna be so great to get away. Oh my gosh, I need a break. Oh, not that it wasn't cool to have a break and do something for myself. Hey. But I was really surprised at how much I missed my family. I actually cried yesterday. So I was so happy to be home and see them and be around people I was comfortable with again. Because basically throughout the weekend, what I learned, a whole lot of stuff that I need to study. in practice. And that I'm still very uncomfortable with myself and people. And I don't want to be uncomfortable with myself or people anymore. And portions of the discomfort are because of ways that I care for myself and others. Realized I don't like the way that I'm a parent, or the way that I'm not a parent sometimes. There are times when my son is crying and I'm tired, or I just want to lay down, or I just want to sit on my phone and I don't play with him, and that's not okay. That is not okay. Or I just want to go smoke a cigarette because I don't want to accept the fact that my life is not my life anymore, and that is not okay. Deep down, that is not okay. And I carry around that shame because it does not sit right with me, yet I go into that lower belief that this is okay for me to do when it's not. And it's not okay for him to do either. Like, I don't even want to smoke cigarettes anymore, and I already have today. Like, just because the campus is a smoke-free campus, and usually I don't have a problem if there's a smoke-free sign. Shit, I smoked at the hospital. Just being honest here. But I really respect this place. Are you hungry? I'm gonna make this short here. Heat up a bottle. Are you trying to stand up? But, like, just to smoke a cigarette during my break yesterday, you know, I had to drive, like, down the road to this shady-ass gas station, and those are just the type of people who smoke cigarettes. No offense to other smokers out there, but, like, it's not good for you to do. It's not good for me to do. There's a bunch of stuff I do that's not good for me to do. And, okay, we're going to transition here, because we are going to heat up a bottle. I got it coming, buddy. The bottle with my milk for Donovan. So yeah, it's not okay for me to smoke, and I still did it anyway. And like, as soon as I got to that gas station, I'm like, I really don't even need to be doing this, because I went the entire, like, 8 hours on Saturday without smoking. And then when I smoked again, you know, I built up this huge, like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so awesome, a cigarette. And it wasn't all that great. Yeah, it was cool because I've been waiting for it, but other than that, it really didn't feel that good. And, you know, as far as the sugar thing, I got so sick Sunday morning from the shit that I ate Friday. I almost couldn't make it into school. Like, my stomach was literally just spewing all this garbage out of it. And I think a lot of it had to do with the yoga, because it's like, okay, you know, I practice my version of yoga every day, which is just basically asanas and some strength training worked in. But, like, I just spent the last 18 hours practicing yoga, and my body's like, shit, this feels great. Let me get all this shit out. And I almost didn't make it into school. I was so sick. Because that's what I'm doing to my body when I do shit like that. When I do the extremes, when I don't go with the flow, like, looking back on Friday, you know, I was nervous. I should have just let myself be nervous. And, like, you know, called somebody, be like, yo, I'm really nervous to start school or something, you know. Done everything I could to prepare, because nerves aren't a bad thing. They just mean, like, okay, you know, you can really use this nervous energy, because it's all energy. Okay, honey, heat that up. It's all energy, and, you know, it's how I'm using it that's gonna make the difference. Like, even with, like, okay, I'm frustrated right now because my son's crying. And I can sit there and fight that frustration and fight soothing him, but the reality is, like, let's dance because he wants soothed, and use this energy to heat up the bottle because that's what he wants, that's what he needs. And I realized that I still have a lot of changes. I was on this high horse with, like, oh my gosh, I'm not a drug addict anymore, and blah, 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 blah. I actually held down a job, and I'm not, like, all fucked in the head anymore. Well, reality, we are all fucked in the head. And I still act on it in a lot of ways. And I have a lot of things that I still have to change that I don't want to admit to because I'm afraid to change. I'm really afraid to change. I'm really fucking afraid to change because that means releasing control and going into unknown. But like, if I'm actually gonna do this and if I'm actually gonna like raise this kid and have him be healthy and happy, I have to fucking change because I'm gonna lose my mind if I don't. And he's not gonna be the kid he deserves to be, so I gotta fucking change. Now, realistic ways of change, you know, small steps, do the SMART goals. I don't remember the acronym for SMART, but I remember that it means making like small steps to things. Less Facebook. Now how am I gonna do less Facebook? Do productive things, little tiny productive things that will make my family and myself feel better. When I want to unwind. Now, next step is I gotta come up with those things. And I also want to really practice these principles that I believe in and not just when I feel good, especially when I feel like shit, when I feel like I can't do anything, when I wake up in the morning to my fucking tits leaking milk and my son screaming in my face for me to feed him. And I'm trying to rush to get the bottle warmed up and the pumping stuff on, and you know, he just keeps on screaming and screaming. That's when I have to practice that freaking acceptance. I do remember one of the terms of Brahma Kaira, which means seeing divinity, God, and everything, and realize I am supposed to be in this moment right now, even though it's fucking chaotic. This is where I'm meant to be, and I'm gonna go with it. So practice what I preach, be productive with time, and there's another yama for just like appreciation. And I can't remember it. But one of the little productive things I do want to do this week is make note cards of these to practice. Play with my son more, interact with him more. Except that I will get time to do the things that I need to do. And really all that I truly need to do is put some form of clothes on, not some frickin' like walking down the runway outfit, because I can get obsessive with that. We got shorts on over my ass, and we got a shirt on. Awesome job! I can walk out of the house with him if he starts screaming, because he loves being outdoors. So I need to get dressed, I need to eat healthy, and I do need some time to do the asana practice of yoga to clean out my body. And I also need to listen to my body. Not drink 5 cups of coffee and then go manic and freak the fuck out on my partner. Not eat all that shit. But also, if it's only 3 and I feel like I shouldn't have over 800 calories before, you know, such and such time in the day, but I'm hungry, eat a fucking piece of fruit, eat a yogurt, eat an egg, eat something healthy. Stop this fucking calorie counting that's inhibiting my ability to create beautiful meals. Because it's a limitation that I'm imposing when life really, really is full of limitations. It's just gonna present me with on its own damn accord. And when I am making limitations on top of those limitations, I don't want to do shit. And then I'm in that, oh my gosh, I need to escape, I need to run, hand me the fucking handful of cashews and the dates and the Nutella, blah, 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 blah. Fuck that, it's not working anymore. So, yeah, this is the first weekend of teacher training over. I have the next 2 weekends off. And tomorrow is my 6-month anniversary with my partner. I talked with my mom last night, something really interesting with that. My mom has Alzheimer's, and no one really knows if she's gonna get better. It's sad because she's like not even 60 years old yet. But I've talked with her only twice before. She's like kind of gone, you know, and just got really upset every time because she wasn't the mom that I remembered. And as a result, like, she didn't really talk too long. Yeah, she's not with reality really, but like I don't know, basically last night when I talked with her, like she told me she was going to see a play, and was going to head home, and she's not going to head home. She's in a nursing home. She wasn't going to see a play. They were playing a movie at the nursing home. It's almost warmed up, buddy, okay? It's almost warmed up. She asked me how my plane ride was. I didn't go on a plane, but I just played along with it. I just went along with her story. I said, my plane ride was great. Oh, that sounds like an awesome play. I saw that play, the movie, a few times. Oh, where'd you see it, Jules? It was on TV like a few years ago. Oh, yeah, I think you're really going to enjoy it. And, she forgot where I was, and her reminder, she's like, oh, that's right, yeah, you're down there. But she was happy because I was listening to her. It doesn't matter if what she was saying was true or not. I was connecting to whatever the fuck her world looks like. And really, at this point, after seeing how fucking miserable my mom became over the years, if she needs to have a fictitious world to be happy, I'll play along with it. Because she's not fucking hurting herself anymore. On that, I'm gonna close. This kid wants a fucking bottle. So, expect something else. Maybe next week.